that's an administrative action, so it doesn't have court behind it.
All right. Good morning. We'll go ahead and call the Tippecanoe County Commissioners meeting to order. If you'll please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we have, first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from our August 19th meeting.
Mr. President, I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion passes. And payroll. I'm sorry, accounts payable vouchers.
Mr. President, I'd like to recommend the claims from August 21st through September 3rd, 2024 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That also passes. And payroll.
Mr. President, I would also like to recommend the payroll dated August 30th, 2024 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And that passes. All right, Highway Department. Good morning, Stu.
Good morning. Just have a few little items. First on our agenda is supplemental agreement with Butler, Fairman, and Seifert for design services on Bridge 56. That's South 9th Street. It's the bridge is in cooperation with the city who are rebuilding South 9th. What's happened is some situation with NDOT where originally the bridge and there's also an associated sewer through Renew were going to just be Z items within the contract. Now they need to be designated, have their own designation numbers and some design revisions to make them meet the whole full meal deal for an NDOT letting. The result, most of the increases are being picked up by the city because they've agreed from the beginning, survey, and they're the lead on this. But it does result in a $48,200 add to our design contract, bringing our new not to exceed to $150,815.
And what's the definition of a Z item?
Z items are items that do not have federal participation.
Oh.
The main part of the
So they have
project.
to be covered 100% locally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Both our bridge and then the Renew sewer work is all local. They're city local funds and our local funds.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. President, I move we approve the supplemental agreement number 1 with BFS.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the supplemental agreement. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
And we, thank you. I have a request to vacate Meadow Street and Sylvan Street in second addition to Stockwell. This has just coming to the board the first time for permission to advertise and be put on for a hearing, an ordinance hearing.
Mr. President, I would move that we accept the petition as outlined by our engineer.
Do you want to set a date for that hearing, or?
If you approve advertisement, it will be ready for the first hearing at your next meeting.
All right. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve that petition for a road vacate. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? That passes.
Mr. President, I move that we hear ordinance 2024-17-CM for road vacation of vacant properties.
Second.
And just probably some housekeeping. You opened the hearing when it was advertised at your last meeting, and you said you'd take additional comment if there was any today, so you should probably do that before you have further discussion on the ordinance itself.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this request?
Hello and good morning. My name is Scotty Teal from the law firm of Stewart and Brannigan. To the County Commissioners, thank you for having us this morning and hearing our petition. I'm here today on behalf of our client, Faith Properties, Inc. We submitted this petition for the vacation of Mercy Way, a street currently owned by the county that only serves Faith Properties. It's not a primary access route or a thoroughfare, so we are asking that the county please vacate this ownership of Mercy Way to Faith Properties. The Highway Department has no objection to this petition. Likewise, the utilities in the area have been contacted. They had no objection, and we've provided their consent letters. CenterPoint required easement language to be included in the ordinance, which we have done. And Duke Energy did not require a new easement, and therefore they had no objection to this vacation as well. The adjacent landowners were notified via mail, and we provided those as well. I have with me Pastor Steve Vyers from Faith. If you have any questions for him or any comments or any questions for me, we would be happy to answer those. Thus, respectfully, we request your approval of this petition for the vacation of Mercy Way to move Faith's development ahead in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in regard to this ordinance? Okay, questions from commissioners?
No, sir.
Jennifer?
Brown? Brown.
Yes.
Byers?
Yes.
Murtaugh?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-17 CM passes 3-0 on first reading.
Do we need to?
Yeah, I think you should probably suspend the rules. If you're
Yeah,
gonna move
Mr.
forward.
President, I move that we suspend the rules and offer this ordinance for a second reading.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules to hear this ordinance on second reading. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion passes.
Mr. President, I move that we hear ordinance 2024-17-CM for road vacationing for a second and final reading.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address this ordinance at this point? Any further questions?
No, sir.
Jennifer?
Byers?
Yes.
Murtaugh?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-17 CM passes 3-0 on second and final reading.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have another ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that we hear ordinance 2024-18-CM, high volume water exportation and radio collector well moratorium extension, second reading.
Second.
Okay. Do you want to give the synopsis again?
Yeah, I mean, the short version is that you passed your moratorium on high-volume water exports and radio collector wells about 9 months ago, I guess, and it was set to expire. This ordinance simply extends that through September 3rd, 2025.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to this?
Good morning. My name is Liz Solberg. I'm speaking on behalf of the League of Women Voters of Greater Lafayette, and we want to just thank you again for taking this action.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Amy McShull. I live at 301 South 29th Street. I would like to thank the commissioners for stopping the LEAP pipeline.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Questions, comments from the commission?
No, sir.
No, I think it's the right thing to keep doing. If we can get the state legislators to wake up, that's what we're trying to do.
Jennifer?
Murtaugh?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Byers?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-18 CM passes 3-0 on second and final reading.
All right. Community Corrections. Morning, Keena.
Good morning. I am asking for permission to apply or to sign a contract for CALA Collaborative Health. This is a continuation of services that they have provided since we started the pretrial program about 5 years ago. It is part of grant funding that the contract is paid for. So I would just ask for permission to be able to move forward and continue those services. We've had great outcomes from it.
Which grant is that funded from?
It's funded through the COSAP grant.
Okay. And then it kind of outlines what the SMARTER program is, but what's the SMARTIST, meaning?
The Smartest is a extended, so they offer two different programs. One is, I want to say it's 12 hours, and then one is, I want to say 18 hours. I'm not exactly sure on that, but it's something that we have talked about doing in the past. We just haven't had any availability to get it up and started. So, but the Smarter program has been exceptional, and people are asking for more. So.
Oh, okay. So the SMARTIST is an addition.
Yes.
That's new. Okay.
And Keena, is this program exclusive to pretrial
No.
folks?
No. We open it. It is primarily for pretrial, but we open it for everybody.
And these are the pretrial folks who are brought over to community corrections in lieu of being in jail, would have been housed. That program's probably been in place 5, 6, 7 years now.
Correct.
Thank you. Mr. President, I would move that we approve the continued service contract with CALA Collaborative Health as outlined by our Executive Director.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Good morning, Yadira.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm coming to you for approval of our bank contract with First Merchants for another year. All terms and conditions remain the same as previously approved, with the exception of high balance and primary receiving interest rates set at 10 basis points above federal fund rates.
So that's new.
Yeah.
What was it previously?
It used to be 10 basis points for high balance and 5 basis points for primary accounts.
Mr. President, I move that we approve this extension of banking services agreement as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, HR. Good morning, Sadie.
I am requesting adoption of Policy 100. This is the first policy for Lexipol. It was recommended we pass this policy before granting employees access and beginning to acknowledge others. This is our blanket statement stating employees are responsible for acknowledgement. This is not an employment contract, things of those nature. Also outlines what appointed officials, employees, the manual is, some general definitions.
Okay, any questions?
No, sir. Mr. President, I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
All right, do it.
Morning.
Good morning.
A simple training I don't know, contract's the right word. Basically, the federal grant is giving us the opportunity to get some cybersecurity training for my staff. The numbers in the document are misleading. That $76,000 is for the entire state that's being spent. It's less than $1,000 actually for us that we're receiving, $1,000 value.
Okay, so there, and then this is something that's going to be signed through DocuSign, correct?
Yes.
I did notice the name is misspelled on here. Is there a way to get that corrected, or does that?
Sure.
Okay.
Mr. President, I move we approve this grant for cybersecurity.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, grants.
Sharon is out of the office right now, so I will do these. We have permission to apply for a grant for LEPC for IDHS funding for hazardous materials, emergency preparedness grant program for hazmat training, and the conference to assist our hazmat team members with current procedures. It's due 9/16.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes.
Okay, we'd also like permission to accept a grant for the sheriff, funding from ICJI in the amount of $57,212.50 for overtime spent conducting enforcement for impaired drivers, speed enforcements, distracted drivers, and school bus violations. The required match comes from patrol officers' salary and benefits and mileage during the specific campaigns.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? That passes.
Last, we have one for the Health Department. It's the FEMA program, funding from the Northern Indiana Rural Health Equity Project mini grant, provided a donation of $3,000 to be used at the one-day preconception health fair for citizens in Tippecanoe County. There is no match from the county.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes. All right, is there any unfinished or new business? I don't see any reports on file. Any public comment?
Move to adjourn.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.